What's up, you guys? Welcome back to our channel here at Self Love is the Key Wellness Incorporated. I am your boy, Jamel Brownridge, a certified life coach, also known as Coach J. And also, I have here my co host.
I'm Kambria Caldwell. I'm a licensed marriage and family therapist, and I go by the handle Cam the Queen.
And today on this lovely episode, we're going to do Ask Cam the Queen a question. So today, the question is from one of our followers. They say, why do it seem as people have to go from relationship to relationship without giving themselves time to heal?
So, why do people tend to go from one person to the next without giving themselves time to heal in between
Yes.
a relationship with a person?
Yes.
Well, the first thought that comes to my mind is society places high value on romantic versus like platonic or family types of love. And so there's this notion that if a person doesn't have someone to love on, or if they're not being loved, that they are less than in some way, or that they don't have as much value as the next person. I think that can be one reason why a person will feel like they have to find someone right after a breakup. Another reason could be revenge. They need to show the person that they broke up with that they're able to find somebody else quickly. Um, I also think that sometimes people just don't know themselves. And it's easier to cling on to another person who already has an identity, and you can just become whoever that person wants you to be. And you don't have to think about who you are. You don't have to sit with yourself and really ask yourself, what do you truly want? Because you just put your energy into this new person. But what can happen with that is um, you're lost. You lose yourself because you're not giving yourself any chance to heal. I'm sorry. I feel like you're getting ready to say something.
No, that's really what I was about to ask you. So, like, what do you think that comes from? Like, do you think that people will eventually like lose themselves in that process, or do you think that
It's
people will just
possible.
like? But also, do you think that like it could be like somewhere there was trauma? Do you think that there could have been somewhere where um, they're seeking something?
Yeah, like they're trying to fill a void.
Mm-hmm.
Most definitely. Oftentimes, what we're doing is we're replaying our childhood traumas on the person that we're with. So if there is something that you didn't receive enough of as a child, it's going to impact how you view someone that you are partnered with, right? You may
Mm-hmm.
expect them to play that role of the parent who was neglectful or abusive, or you may have had a parent who doted on you a lot, indulged and spoiled you a lot, and so you may expect that from any partner that you get, you know. But notice what I'm saying. You're expecting something from your partner, and
Mm-hmm.
you're not focusing on yourself at all.
Mm-hmm.
Right. I think there's this idea that if I just find a perfect person, everything in my life will be fine. Right. But
But
if you're
not
not
really
doing
doing the
any
work on
work
themselves.
on yourself,
Yeah.
then the same problems that you had with one person you break up with, you're going to have the same issues with the next because you didn't give yourself time to work on anything within yourself. I have some clients who say to me they don't know who they are.
Mm.
They haven't given themselves a chance because they just go from person to person and they just do whatever is asked of them at that time. Or they do whatever they have to do to win that person over. They people please and and that's all they do. They're just stuck in people pleasing mode and fawning, like, fawn over the person, whatever they want, go, whatever they say, go.
Mhm.
And it becomes codependency a lot of times because you're changing yourself to meet that person's needs and putting yourself on the back burner, like last a lot of times. So
So, what do you think are some like, I guess you could say, side effects of someone that is doing that long term?
I see it. I see it a lot. Depression, anxiety. Those people who have the midlife crises, right? The midlife crisis people, the people
Hmm.
who They seemed like they were so happy, and then all of a sudden, they they hit they come to a breaking point, and that's what happens. It does catch up to you at some point. I think about people who they put their whole identity into being a spouse or a parent, for example, right? So let's say that your whole life you just focus on that, and then your kids leave, and all you focused on for so long was being a parent. You don't know who you are. You don't know anything
Mhm.
about yourself because everything is wrapped up in being a parent. Nothing wrong with that, of course, giving it your all, but don't forget about who you are as a person. And that takes solitude. That takes give yourself time to look within and ask yourself, who am I? What are my likes and dislikes? What are dreams that I have never got a chance to accomplish? What are some goals that I want to set for myself? And it could be a small goal. It doesn't have to be a huge goal. It don't have to be like I want to be a CEO of a major corporation. It could be, I want to learn how to play the didgeridoo or something. It could be, I want to learn finger painting. It could be, I want to start a podcast. Like it could be anything. So, but if you don't give yourself time to ask yourself those questions, you'll never know.
So basically, from what I'm hearing, is it's very important for us to make sure that we're taking that time to heal in between our relationships, to figure out before even getting into a relationship who we are, what is it that we like, what is it that we don't like, and after going through a breakup, like making sure that we still understand and know if those likes and dislikes are the same as they were prior to the relationship. Making
Right.
sure
And if
that
you
you
can't sit with yourself, if you can't sit with your own thoughts without becoming anxious or depressed, why do you think that you are healthy enough to sit with somebody else? Like you can't even sit with yourself. How can you truly love somebody else if you don't like or love yourself?
That's true. That's a mic drop. Like that's what that was. Like that was a gem for real.
Yeah. Quoting RuPaul, by the way. But yes,
Yes.
it's
Like
true.
so I mean just making sure that we are taking the time out to figure ourselves out, know who we are,
Yes.
figure out if we like the person that's showing up in the mirror every single day. You
Yeah,
know?
the first thing I tell somebody when they go through a breakup, right, is I don't
Mhm.
say, okay, well, just find the next person and start dating them right away.
Of
No,
course.
I don't. That's not the advice I give.
Of
The advice
course.
I give is, okay, why don't you take some time to figure out the things that you like, dislike, things that you haven't had a chance to do because you were with somebody else. Why don't you give yourself some time to do that now?
So, is there a qualified time frame on something that someone should like that time frame that they should give themselves? Like, do you think it should be a month? Do you think it should be a couple of weeks? Do you think it should be a year? Think it should be 6 months? Like, do you think that there's a time frame that you could put on that?
I mean, I can't say because everybody's healing journey is different.
Hmm.
There's no right or wrong timeline for it. It might not be like a day or an hour or a week, right?
Of
It might be
course,
probably longer than that.
of course.
But I wouldn't say it has to be years. I wouldn't say it has to be like 7, 8, 9 months. I wouldn't say it has to be that, but definitely some time. Yeah.
All right. I mean, I think that what you dropped on us today is a great gem, and I think that as long as people are taking these steps to really incorporate them into their own lives,
Get to know yourself.
yeah, that's really what it is. Just get to know you so that you could be a better you and you could show up in your relationship and be the best you that you can possibly be so that your relationship can grow to be the perfect relationship that you want it to be.
Right. Because if you
Uh,
don't know yourself, how can you set boundaries? How can you set boundaries with a new person you're dating if you don't know what they are?
so basically, at that point, you're just accepting everything that they're
You
doing.
could run into the same issue that you had with the last person that you were
Hmm.
with.
Hmm. All right, you guys. So, do you have any other final words?
Just that if this is something that's happening to you or you're wondering about this, feel free to reach out to myself or to Coach Jay. We're offering one-on-one sessions. Also, if you have other questions that you want us to answer here live on the podcast, please feel free to send us a DM or put a question down in the comments. We're open to all questions and topic suggestions. So, thank you.
All right, well, you guys, that will be all from us over here at Self Love is the Key Wellness Incorporated. I hope that you have learned something new and hopefully you're able to incorporate this into your everyday life. Um, Please like and comment and share our video. And you can catch me at Self Love is the Key Wellness or at Get Well with Mail. Um, we'll see you next time.
Thank you so much. Bye.
Bye.